Is it possible to become the champion in Pokemon Yellow with only an Onix, without using any items in battle, and only allowing him to learn TMs or HMs if he manages to get to the Elite Four? Let's find out. In Generation 1, Onix learns a total of 7 moves. He has a base stat total of 340, with special being one singular stat. He has an HP of 35, which is very low, an attack of 45, which is actually worse than Oddish, Poliwag, and even Ditto. He has the second highest defense in the game, being 160, which is great, but his special is pretty low, it's 30, which is very low. It's actually lower than Zubat, and he has a decent speed of 70 for his typing. He's also 4 times weak to grass and water, so let's see what we can do. Now that we have our Onix, we have to say goodbye to little Pikachu. So, goodbye Pikachu, I'm gonna miss you. We get back to training. Honestly, I've never used an Onix before, so this is gonna be pretty interesting. I won't be teaching him any HMs or TMs until he has 8 badges. I really wanna use an Onix with his level up moveset. After training a bit, we go into our first rival battle at level 8, very low. And I feel that we can do this pretty easily. So we screech the Spearow 3 times, hoping to one-shot it with a tackle. It doesn't go down, goes down after 2 tackles. Here comes the Eevee, so we're gonna hope to avoid all the sand attacks that we can, so that we don't miss like crazy. It keeps tail whipping us, which is no big deal to Onix. His defense is pretty good. His attack needs a lot of help, so that Screech does come in handy. We grow to level 9 and defeat our rival on the first try, so let's get through Viridian Forest quickly. We make it through the forest and finally arrive in Pewter City, so we head towards the Pokemon Center to heal and then head for the gym. Let's go. After taking the trainer that says we're a few light years from taking Brock on, I was gonna go heal, but I just used a potion instead. Go straight into the Brock fight. I figure this is gonna be kind of a standoff and a really long fight due to being, both rock and ground type. So we go in with a whole bunch of Screeches, pretty much all that we can do. So critical hits in this game, because of the way that Gen 1 calculates them, Gen 1 critical hits will ignore any stat changes. So sometimes critical hits will do less damage after I've used Screech a few times. And since he has a low attack, I have to use Screech on a lot of Pokemon. Like even Caterpie and stuff. In Generation 1, critical hits are based on speed. And since Onix has a decent speed, he gets critical hits often, which in this generation, that doesn't help him out. Unless they boosted their defenses. So I do want to point out that Brock has Bind on his Onix 3 levels early. Onix is actually supposed to learn Bind at level 15. So I don't know how his Onix has Bind, but as long as that doesn't do too much damage and lock us into place without letting us move for too many turns, we should be fine. Boom, there, Onix goes down. We grow to level 13. Brock even lets him know that he took him for granted. Yikes. So that's 1 badge for Onix, so let's move along. Now we head towards Mount Moon, defeating all the trainers along the way to gain as much experience as we can to take on the next challenge. Before we can exit Mount Moon, Team Rocket wants to fight us. They start off the fight with their Ekans. Luckily, by this point, we've learned Bind and Rock Throw. So that wrap, locking us in place, not letting us attack, is no big deal. We're going to do the same thing right back with Bind. So Meowth is no big deal as well. We go in there with a Screech. 1 Rock Throw will do it. Rock Throw, I thought, had 90 accuracy, but for Gen 1, it's actually 65. So it's not as good as I thought, but it'll help a lot. So we beat Team Rocket and finally get to Cerulean City. Let's go take on our rival for the second time. He's going to start off with a Spearow. Rock Throw showing its accuracy there. 65 is its accuracy, so not too reliable. You're going to see a critical hit do less damage than a tackle here in a second. That's pretty bad, so Onix's speed doesn't really help him out. As long as I Screech. But I have to in most cases. It's actually a really nice combo to Screech and Bind, as you can see. So I will be using this on defensive threats later on. You're going to see a lot of missing, and then Eevee's going to sand attack us a few times, so the missing will kind of continue for a while, since Onix already has bad accuracy. So we're going to bind Eevee and win this battle, So let's head over to Bill's now. On the way to Bill's, we run into a trainer with an Oddish, and we fought all the previous trainers, and I hadn't healed yet, so we run into this Oddish, and it uses Absorb and does about 20 damage, so it's pretty scary, honestly. So we come back into the rematch, healed, and ready to take on this Oddish. So since Onix is in a bind, he's going to go ahead and bind. It's the only way to get through these special threats. So we take Oddish down. We take Pidgey down with a critical hit. We get a critical hit on this first bind on this last Oddish. So we take her out and finally get to Bill's house. Now Bill has combined himself with a Pokemon, and I've always wondered what Pokemon that is because he comes out of his machine and that Pokemon is nowhere to be found. So I wonder what it is. Who knows, but off to our next fight. Okay, so we're just gonna heal and then we're gonna go in and see what the gym is like, you know? Oh man, I'm in a bind again. This shelter is crazy. It didn't even really do anything. But, wow, that's pretty scary. Special attacks really hurt Onix. So, let's go try and take Misty and see what happens. I think that we might be okay. Maybe, you know, if we can bind Starmie, so we definitely have to outspeed it. So a critical hit on one of those binds, pretty sweet, and we go down to a water gun, so we're gonna need to do some training. We spot an innocent bystander and we fight him. Okay, so Machop is not gonna be too much of a chop. We're just gonna screech him and probably two-shot him with Tackle. Look at those critical hits in Generation 1, my goodness. We're gonna bind Drowsy. We don't need to be going to sleep forever and getting dropped by confusions, no way. So give us that TM. Later, dude. Bye. Okay, let's try Misty again. You know, we've kind of grown a level or two, right? So let's just see if we outspeed Starmie. That's really it here. That's it. And Bubble Beam. No way. Gotta go. Sorry. Gotta go. Let's go to Vermilion. I think that the best thing to do is probably get that bike voucher. Walking in Gen 1 is really slow, so we're going to talk to this guy, and he's going to give us the bike voucher. That'll definitely speed things up. Let's try Misty after this. We've done some training on the route to Vermilion, so let's see if we outspeed it at level 28. We have to outspeed Starmie. Let's see. And the Bubble Beam. Goodbye, Onix. Okay, I'll be back after the SSN. You got anything? Oh. Alright, let's fight our rival again on the SSN. We do need that experience to take Starmie out. We need to outspeed it. Okay, one shot for the Spearow, no big deal. Rattata, later dude. What do we got? Sandshrew, we always go for a Screech. That sand attack might get in the way, but we're going to see if we can just pull through. This is our first fight with the rival this time around. Okay, Slam. Yeah, I mean, it's better than Tackle. Its accuracy is actually 75, so another low accuracy move for Onix. Let's see if we can take this Eevee out. I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine. At this point, I'm just looking at all of the attack missed. There we go. So Eevee goes down. That's pretty good. We're level 33 now. Let's get cut and try to take Misty again. Let's just win now. Come on, we need this badge. Alright, we're here to win this time. We're level 33. Nice, we missed. Okay, let's bind you, Staryu. Jeez, man. Alright, come on, Starmie, be slow. Yes! I've got you now. Thank you. 2 badges. 2 badges. Pretty good. Level 33 to outspeed Starmie. That's crazy. That thing is pretty fast. So let's heal and move on to Surge and his trash. Oh, look, here we are. Okay, let's take Surge on. This should be really easy. He's only got Raichu. 1, 2, Slam. Alright, sweet. That makes 3 badges for Onix so far. It's been okay, but as soon as they start using things like this, he goes down. So let's go make it through, get to Lavender. Let's heal and take our rival on at the Pokemon Tower to get some more experience. Now he's got a Fearow. And I missed my first attack. He goes down with a critical hit. Shelter is going to be a problem, I can tell. Yeah, Clamp does a lot of damage. A lot of damage, since water is special in Gen 1. So we're going to bind him. That's the only way we get through that water type. One slam to the Vulpix. We always screech Sand Slash. I mean Sandshrew.
Just checking.
And the bind really helps there. Out comes Eevee with the tail whips. No big deal. If we land an attack, we can definitely win. And bind. Sweet. Level 39 as well. That wasn't too hard. Pretty good. That was first try. Let's do it. Let's keep going. We make it to Celadon and head over to the Rocket game corner for the Team Rocket fight. They start off with a coughing. We slam him one time, twice, and he's gone. We even grow to level 41. One critical hit to the Meowth. We do get paralyzed by Ekans, but we slam it and it's gone. Team Rocket was pretty easy this time around. No more room for items. This keeps happening in Gen 1. 20 is the limit in the bag. Let's take on Giovanni for the first time. And I go in paralyzed. Nice. But I don't feel like this is really gonna slow me down too much or anything. I feel that Onix can do this. It's probably gonna take a while because it takes many days and years to land a slam, but here we go. We're just gonna slam Onix. Slam you, Onix. Slam you, man. Alright, he goes down. Rhyhorn. I probably should have screeched it, but let's just hope for a critical hit. Sweet. Okay, I mean, I feel like we're fine. We're gonna screech the Persian and probably just rock throw it. Maybe another one will do it. That's it. A pretty decent battle with Giovanni, even though we went in paralyzed. Let's go try and take on Erica. I know this is gonna be tough. She's got a level 30 Tango. Wow. Okay, it's gonna be that hard. Let's do this again. Wow. Okay, we're in a bind. We're gonna bind this and just see how far we can get. Basically, if Onix gets hit at all, he's gonna go down. So we're gonna bind this Weepin' Bell as well. Oh, that potion, no. We've almost got it. Okay, level 42, awesome. Critical hit, sweet. And throw some rocks at it. Boom! There we go. Another badge for Onix. That was insane. Bind is really good for Onix. After getting the Sylph Scope, we head over to the Ghost Tower and fight the Marowak. I didn't heal before this battle, so we're just gonna bind and see if we can make it through. Hopefully we can, and that way we can move on to the Team Rocket fight and rescue Mr. Fuji after this. So luckily we make it through. So here comes Team Rocket and they want to take us down. So here comes Meowth. Although I'm on low HP, this shouldn't be too crazy, but we're going to try to make it through this. No PP. Awesome. And I miss. I'm going to bind it. I mean, it was going to wrap me anyways, right? Okay, it's gone. Wheezing. A slam. Maybe another one. No way. Okay, cool. So we rescue Mr. Fuji. So let's head over to the Silphco building next. So I'm fighting everybody at Sylph, and then this crazy situation happens, and I'm on 2, and I'm having to fight his whole team. I haven't saved in a bit, so I need to get through this fight so I don't have to redo a whole bunch of stuff. I use Bind and Slam. I win that fight. That was crazy. Freaking Onix. Good job. So here comes our rival, and check this out. Cloyster can basically two-shot us. Always. So even if we make it past Cloyster, here's Kadabra, he goes down. Nice doggy. Too fast. Jolteon's just way too fast. The most important things to overcome for this fight are avoiding Poison Sting and Sand Attack. Those are the worst attacks of them all, and they will take Onix down, whether it's the poisoning or him missing a whole bunch. So here's that Cloyster. Luckily, it goes for withdraw. Any attack will pretty much take us down in 1 to 2 hits. So we get really lucky on this try, and it keeps going for withdraw. We take it out with a rock throw. Kadabra comes out. No big deal on Kadabra. For Jolteon, I knew that I was probably going to miss an attack, so I set up a Screech, knowing that I'll probably miss, and hope that I can slam it. I do. He goes down after a few tries. This felt good to do. So, an awesome fight in the bag. I'm actually not going to be using Lapras to surf on. I'll be using something else, but
Thanks.
Next is Team Rocket.
Thanks.
Alright, so they start off with Weezing this time, and it's level 31, and I'm level 50 at this point. They haven't been a threat at all, unless I get poisoned, so it's been okay for the most part. We get a critical hit on that Arbok, no big deal. Same for the Meowth, no threat. Time to move on to Giovanni. Let's save these people. They need us, right? Okay, so he starts off with Nidorino. No big deal. No threat. So that's pretty cool. Persian doesn't pose a threat, usually. Rhyhorn, I know when he becomes a Rhydon, he'll be extremely defensive, so I won't know what to do with him since I'm not going to teach HMs or TMs until after I get all 8 badges. Here comes Nidoqueen, the biggest threat due to Double Kick and Earthquake, so I don't know if she has Earthquake yet. It looks like she's just going for Double Kick, so maybe not. That was pretty okay, not too bad, and we rescued everybody. I don't have room for the Master Ball, so let me throw something away. Sorry, Swords Dance. I wish Onix could learn that, that'd be awesome. Our next fight will be against the dojo in Saffron City, so let's head over there. We make it through thanks to Onix's defense and get to the dojo master with the damage that's been dealt to us already. So we go into this fight. I'm thinking it's not going to be too bad since they hit us physically. So 2 shots for Hitmonlee, and Hitmonchan I figure is going to be the same thing. That Comet Punch isn't really doing anything at all, even though it hit 5 times. So we hit it with a Screech and a Slam. It's on 1 HP. We're just waiting to land a move at this point, and we'll win this battle. So there you go. He becomes a ninja, and we have taken down the dojo master. We get our Hitmonlee and go to Sabrina's gym next to take on the Psychics. So I figure this is going to be a pretty simple fight. We take down Aber pretty easily. We do get Kinesis, and Alakazam uses Reflect. So a critical hit, luckily, pretty sweet since I didn't use a Screech. Look at that Psy-Wave. My goodness. That is crazy. Psy-Wave varies in damage a lot. So that's another badge for Onix. Let's get out of here. Wait. Where am I going? Wait, no. Wait. This way. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay, so now we're gonna go to over here and play the flute for this big bear. So, oh no, it's mad now. Onix versus Snorlax, the movie. One slam, short movie, level 55, awesome. Let's go to Fuchsia. Alright, so we arrive in Fuchsia and we're here to take on Koga. We do a little bit of training on the way over here, obviously. In this game, he doesn't have a Muck, so he only has 3 Venonats and a Venomoth. I used Slam on this because it was getting a little bit too easy and I felt kind of rude. I end up using Slam, I miss, that backfires, I go to bed, they go to town on me a little bit, and a critical hit takes out his Venomoth. So thanks Koga, that was a really quick one. Usually he keeps me for about an hour. So that's another badge for Onix, so we're going to move on. We're going to fly over to Pallet Town and take the shortcut over to Cinnabar Island, but we're going to evolve our Eevee first into a Vaporeon. So we're going to be surfing in style today and heading over to Cinnabar Island. So, see you there. You gotta be kidding me. Now that we have 6 badges, we can go challenge Blaine, the fire gym leader, for our 7th badge. We take out everybody in the gym for the experience and challenge Blaine. He starts off with Ninetales. I feel that this fight is going to be a pretty easy one since we have the advantage, but that flamethrower burns us on the first try. I still go for it. I think that maybe there's a slight chance that I could maybe do it, depending on how many hits each Pokemon takes to take down. And I do manage to get pretty far. Here comes the Arcanine. And a critical hit takes us down. So we come back in, Ninetales takes us down. We come back in ready to win. This time Flamethrower does not burn us. We get through that Ninetales, we Screech Rapidash to make it easy to slam it once or twice. 2 of them takes it down. Here comes Arcanine, let's give him a Screech and a Rock Throw, and he's done. I'm actually very surprised that I landed a lot of those hits. They are very low accuracy moves. So now we head back to Viridian City to take on the final gym leader before heading over to the Elite Four. Okay, Giovanni has defeated us a few times already, so the most important thing here is to avoid earthquakes from Dugtrio. So luckily he went for the guard spec. Hopefully he goes for the guard spec here soon. Something weird that I noticed is that if I use bind on his Pokemon, he's able to use guard spec while the attack continues. I thought that was kind of strange. We get through the Nidoqueen finally. Here comes Nidoking. We're going to Screech him. He's going to go for double kick. Luckily it doesn't do too much. He uses up a turn on guard spec. I'm going to be missing a lot of slams. He gets a critical hit and we still take him out. So at this point I'm thinking maybe since I got that Screech and he used guard spec, I can just bind Rhydon all the way down until I feel confident, enough to slam him or something. But here we go. We just keep binding. And there he goes. That is the final badge. I can't believe he's made it this far. So we're going to go take on our rival for the last time and then head to the Elite Four. No big deal. Although we did lose the first battle, we go back to fight our rival for the last time. This shouldn't be too tough. As long as we avoid Sand Attack, we're going to be okay. Sandslash goes for Swift, we get a critical hit. Fury Swipes doesn't do anything to us, and Sandslash goes down to another hit. Execute prepares for Solar Beam, but he goes down before that. Ninetales goes down 1 hit. Here comes Cloyster, the big threat. Luckily, a critical hit takes him down as well. Kadabra goes down in 1 hit. We always Screech Jolteon just in case. I did it twice there. Missed a slam, and he goes down to 1 slam. Let's head over to the Elite Four. Onix has done a great job, despite his low attack and low stats. He has a great defense, but everything else is pretty low. His high critical hit ratio hasn't really helped in this run, but here we are at the Elite Four gates. We're going through. I'm finally allowed to teach him TMs, so I will be making use of those. I will be trying to go to the Elite Four without using any of the TMs first. I want to see what he can do with his moveset, and if that doesn't work, well then obviously I will teach him a few TMs, depending on the situations that he needs to overcome. So we'll do a little bit of training here on the way to the Elites, and we'll see what happens. We train up a little bit, and now we're ready to take on the Elite Four. So here we go. We prepared for this. We go in without any TMs, just our regular moveset right now. We go in with a bind just to see where we're at. I'm pretty sure that Dugong could 1 or 2 shot us. A bubble beam comes in. It's critical. I don't think it has to be. So we need to do some preparing. We come back in at level 76, fully healed. We have double team now. That's definitely going to help us evade a few hits. We take a bubble beam. We're left on 45 HP. We get a critical hit on Dugong. That's awesome. I feel like Cloyster is going to be a problem. He goes down in 1 hit. Slowbro, this is pretty bad. So I start to bind thinking, you know what? I want to make it as far as I can in this situation. And Slowbro will take me down with anything he decides to use. We take him down. Here comes Jinx. I'm thinking 1 hit. 1 hit exactly. Lapras, maybe a 2-shot. 1 hit. He makes it through Lorelei at 45 HP. At this rate, I'm thinking, let's go straight into this Bruno fight. He starts off with Onix, so I think, you know what, it's probably safe to set up just a few double teams. So we do 3 double teams just to be safe. This is going to be a pretty physical battle on both ends. Unlike the previous fight, so we're going to chip away at this Onix and hope that it doesn't screech us too many times before we reach the fighting types. It takes a while to take Onix down, but he's missing thanks to the double teams. So here comes Hitmonchan, and we've taken them down before. So I just go ahead and bind and then Rock Slide to get rid of it. We get a critical hit, and that helps a lot. Here comes Hitmonlee. He starts double teaming. We luckily take him out with 1 slam. That was kind of surprising. Here's Onix, another Onix. And he goes for Earthquake. Starts doing some damage on me. I have been screeched a few times by now. And I go down to 31 and barely have enough to take on this Machamp. I go for bind. I'm thinking he's going to just take us out. This is over. I hit him with a Rock Slide. It's not doing anything. I go back in with a bind and hope for the best. I slam him. Luckily don't miss, and it gets a critical hit. Bruno goes down. Let's teach Earthquake and take down Agatha's ghosts next. Okay, now that we have Earthquake, we go into the Agatha fight with confidence. Gengar should go down with 1 hit. He does. Golbat. Rock Slide for Golbat. We're going to Earthquake Haunter away. Same for Arbok. Hopefully it takes it out. It does. And 1 more Earthquake for the Gengar. And it goes down in 1 hit. This was easy as well, just because of the type advantage. Next is Lance. Let's do this. Okay, it's time to fight Lance. And I know he starts with Gyarados, so this is already dangerous for Onix. So let's hit him with a Rock Slide. He hangs on with 1 HP, and I'm done. Didn't even have to be a critical hit. So let's try this again and hope for the best. We really need to one-shot that Gyarados, so here we go. We're going to go for a Rock Slide and hope for the best. We take it out in 1 hit. Here comes Dragonair. We're going to go with some Earthquakes. We take that Dragonair out. I figure this one's going to be the same. It goes down. For Aerodactyl, a Rock Slide or 2 should do it. It goes down to 1 hit. We grow to level 78. I'm thinking 2 shots for the Dragonite. Oh no, we take a Blizzard and survive. 2 hits to the freaking Dragonite, and we're done. All we have to do now is take on our rival to become champion. Okay, so this is the last fight for the title of champion, okay? Earthquakes actually do a lot now because of Sandslash's level, so we have to avoid that. So we use just 1 double team just to avoid a few attacks. We've taken 2 Earthquakes so far, and we're on 92, but I'm thinking maybe we can still pull through. We one-shot the Alakazam. Exeggutor is a gigantic threat. We paralyze him. He's fully paralyzed first turn and misses his attack. Here comes a big threat. Cloyster hits us with Aurora Beam. We hang on with 7 and Rock Slide him away. Here comes Ninetales. I'm thinking maybe a hit. It goes down. And Jolteon, we outspeed him. 1 Earthquake. Onix becomes the champion of the region. Yes, he can do it. Can he do it with no items in Gen 1? Yes. Yes, he can do it. I can't even believe this. So let's go log him into the Hall of Fame. He totally deserves it. I didn't have to do any training on wild Pokemon and only defeated all the trainers along the way. So that's pretty amazing. I didn't think that Onix alone could do something like this at the low level that he was, you know, when going to the Elite Four. But this was a lot of fun. Onix is a pretty decent Pokemon. I'm really surprised, and I actually enjoyed using Onix. You know, he did struggle against special attacks, but he did okay for the most part. I'm very surprised, and this ended up pretty cool. So I might think twice about actually having an Onix on my team from now on. Pretty sweet for anybody doing Nuzlocks. But we're back home now. Excuse me, dude. And there's something that I've been wanting to do. Thanks. Before we started our journey, we did something, and we need to make sure that we go back and get that something. So, come on, Pikachu. Let's go home. That was a crazy journey, but it feels good to be back home. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Just called critical hit.